This episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. And we're also brought to you by Cut. Cut is the peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S.-based and legal in 40 states. Download Cut today in the App Store. That's KUTT. And use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And we're also brought to you by the SGPN NFL Playoff Challenge, sponsored by Edge Boost. Free to enter, and $20,000 in Edge Boost deposit bonuses up for guarantee. Enter today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NFL playoff. All right, D-Gens, welcome back. It's your boy, Boston Capper, with the god of golf himself, Steve Shermer, for the Sony Open Best Bets. Steve did it bright and fucking early for the preview, so I did not join him on that Sunday morning. So, Steve, how are you, buddy?
Doing well. It's been a while since you and I talked golf, actually. And I'm sure you probably got burned on a couple takes as far as the Century and maybe some stuff going on outside the ropes there. But no, it's good to have you back. Actually breaking down an odds board with you here, you rolling your eyes at some outrights I have. I'm just ready to let the season roll. Let's kick it off, buddy.
Yeah, my throat, I just got better yesterday. I couldn't, my throat was just trash for a fucking week. It was terrible.
So it wasn't COVID.
No, it was not COVID.
Despite you sleeping 15 hours a day and you have a sore throat. I don't know. I texted you once.
Yeah. One day.
I mean, sometimes those tests, what was the expiration date on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I got it from Walgreens. It was a 2-pack special.
Did you have to dust it off a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. It's Florida. I had to dig for them in the back.
Was it from China too?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
There you go. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. We got the Sony Open here. Do you have any lingering thoughts about the Century? You got Chris Kirk winning. You had some choice words about that. To me, do you want to reveal how you feel about Chris Kirk winning the Tournament of Champions and really good players too?
It's such a joke. Joke. It just goes to show you the state of golf where Chris Kirk, what did we say? You said 54,000 guys from 18 to, or what was it, 18 to 35? Yeah,
so the ratings came out. Shocker, they were down. They were down, I think, 7% on Sunday. They're down 27% on Friday, which is pretty pathetic. Going against literally nothing. But, I mean, the people who are watching Golf Channel and NBC and really just these tournaments is gamblers or the bars and country clubs, which are, unless you're in the South, are closed, or
silent,
or driving range golf shops that have a TV there. And, they always break it down by, the age ranges. 54,000 people between the ages 18 and 34 watch the Century. That is that's not a healthy metric. And American Wasp here says golf is a great game, but a terrible product with a handful of charismatic superstars. You just nailed it right in the head. And that is why it's a terrible thing to split a niche sport with only maybe 22 really good polarizing needle movers into two.
Yep. Fun stuff. Yeah. I mean, fuck it. I turned it off once Xander was clearly not going to do anything. I think that was by hole 3 or 4. So I'm done with him for the rest of the year. Limp Dick Xander. I don't know why I thought it would be any fucking different this year.
Okay. Well, look, I mean, props to Chris Kirk at least. I understand that this thing has really turned into a wedge fest, birdie fest, okay? But, I mean, Kapalua, it's still a fun golf course. I said in Discord that golf is more fun when the ball just hits the ground. You don't know where it's going to stop. It keeps rolling and rolling. A lot of those greens were befuddling some guys too, especially on some the 5-6 footers. They was definitely not a guarantee. But I mean, if you just have the perspective that this is really a par 69 golf course, 29 under, who cares at this point? So
listen, you know me, I don't give a shit about it, especially this early on. I'm not burnt out on fucking birdie fest yet.
Yep.
So it doesn't that doesn't bother me. I don't know. It was what it was. The leaderboard behind the guys on top was good, but, but I don't know. It didn't really seem to be much drama. You kind of could. I don't know. I feel like that's not a place where they're stumbling down the back 9. You know what I mean? Especially if you're locked in and you can putt well and you can flip them wedges, man. So whatever. Good for Kirk, I guess. Boring ass golfer. Fucking whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it lacked a little bit of juice, this tournament. And unfortunately, that's not a great sign. With 43 events to go, and really the majors only that matter. Hey, it's
like TPC will matter. I like.
Does it matter? Is that just what PGA Tour HQ just shoves down our throat? That
it's my favorite tournament because I get to go to it. So
okay, offline, I'm gonna quiz you to name the last 10 players champions, and we'll see how much it matters.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Offline. I'm not gonna subject the listeners.
I might get 4.
Exactly. Maybe. You just proved my point there. So but we'll move on to the Sony Open. Why don't we take our first break? I'll talk about the weather. I thought it was going to be a lot better weather than what it was when I did the pre-show on Sunday. It has definitely changed. It's going to change how this golf course plays. I will talk about it. And then I'll just, we'll go from there.
Yep, sounds good. Well, listen, talk to you guys about the SGPN Playoff Challenge. Yeah, so it's the Edge Boost is the first bet now, play later provider that enables you to double your bet at any sportsbook or DFS site with no interest. The contest is a bankroll style, and you start with 10,000 virtual units. At the end of the playoffs, the biggest bankroll will win credit into a higher advanced limits from Edge Boost. The winners get top 3 get a deposit match from Edge up to $25 with or $2,500 with no interest or fees, and the top 25 get a deposit match up to $500 with no interest or sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NFL playoff to enter. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/NFL playoff to enter.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the weather before we get to everything. So last couple of years, this thing has been pretty dead calm, a little soft, no wind. The last time we got some wind was 2020. And that was, do you know who won in 2020?
Cam Smith.
Cam Smith. Before he was actually Cam Smith.
I know.
But yeah, so he won that at 11 under, which is definitely unusual for this tournament.
Yeah,
it was cold, which I think cold for them was like low 70s, really windy too.
Yeah.
And those charts I pull up with the shows like how certain categories affect like the variance in strokes gained, basically like how impactful it is to separate yourself in the leaderboard.
Yeah.
So typically at this event, basically nothing matters because it's so easy. But in particular, like everyone's having a really good iron week. Everyone's having a really good time around the green. Like there's no way to separate. But the one thing about that 2020 term when the wind was up is the better you hit your irons, the better you're able to separate yourself. Basically, the better iron players just rose to the top.
Yeah.
So considering on Thursday and Friday, fairly significant wins. Saturday, like moderate wins. Sunday, dead calm. But you got to get to Sunday.
Yep.
So I definitely leaned a little more into the irons this week, especially from 150 to 200. What I noticed in 2020 is it already really skewed your approach shots from 150 to 200 already. It really heavily skewed it after that. So I mean, if you're not really good from that range, you got to have a pretty good reason. And just relying on recent course history at the place, well, it's going to be different weather here, so that might not be as reliable. So
that's what I remember about this place. Like I remember the course history being pretty fucking sticky.
It is sticky, but we're going to get a little bit different tournament conditions. So we'll see. I mean, for the most part, I kind of stuck with that. Like guys who I just would play well here in some other events like it, I stuck with it. But we got that variable thrown in. So we'll see how it goes. So do you have any, what are you looking for this week?
So I'm just kind of, like you said, I'm concerned about the weather. I looked at course history and like you said, so I looked at 125 to 200.
That's
feel
reasonable.
Like, just because I feel like those, and I even broke it off in the sections. It's just so hard, man. Cause a lot of these guys we haven't seen since fucking RSM or before, like it's tough. You don't know what the hell they've been doing. So I think it's just, this is definitely a gut week. There's not too much recent data that you can go off, but I like some of the guys who probably played last week and at least shook the rust off. That's usually pretty helpful here. Like guys with decent course history, and that's it, man. I mean, that's pretty much what I was looking for. I wasn't trying to overthink this week.
Yeah, so I think there's that trend. I think Siwu broke it last year, but guys who typically play the Century have won this tournament. And just in general, I mean, course rust matters. And, there's been winners here who have not done very well at the Century. They just got 4 rounds in and they came in good. Like I remember Kevin Na was one of the worst players at the Century. He won this thing by like 4. And I think Cam Smith also didn't play all that great Century before he won. So that's got, at least my outright card, everybody I bet outright played the Century. most of them are pretty good iron players, especially from that range there.
Yes, mine too.
But as far as some other, like this is a betting centric show.
Yeah.
And if this was a DFS show, I think the conversation would be a little different. As far as like, we got new Corn Ferry Tour guys here. We got guys I haven't really seen in a while.
Yeah, but I'm not betting those fucking guys.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like in DFS, like if you want to get leverage in a contest, yeah, if you want to throw Pearson Coody, well, probably not Pearson Coody, that's bad example. Like if you want to throw, I don't know, Alejandro Tosti or Jacob Bridgman, like guys that might have some high upside. There are Corn Ferry guys that just get a little, just see what happens. Sure. But like, I don't see the point of betting these guys, not knowing really what you're getting into. No. Apparently all the rookies, did you hear about what the rookies had to go through when, in Sony?
No.
So they got put through like a 2-day orientation in Honolulu. And they had I think Ryan Palmer was a speaker to them.
For what?
Just how
the rookie symposium for the NFL?
Basically, it was like PGA Tour 101. They had, this is funny. They brought in corporate execs to explain to them where the money's coming from, maybe to prevent, a future mule uprising. So these people know, A, what they're worth, and B, hey, this money actually comes from somewhere. And then they had a luau. But unfortunately, what ended up happening was so only 15 guys from the Corn Ferry Tour actually got exemptions into this thing, which is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I feel like all of them, if that's the only safety net they have, should be here. Like, why is Lanto here? Why is Tyler McCumber here? Why is Charlie Hoffman? Like, why are they ahead of a bunch of guys? And apparently they end up, they had the PGA Tour, initiation. And then the following morning they had Monday qualifying and none of them could practice. So,
that's the PGA stuff's on their dick so many times. Like, I don't know. It's just funny, man. And like, what the fuck does a PGA golfer need a fucking rookie symposium for? I get it when you're bringing in 18-year-old or 22-year-old football players who have had no financial training and just get a bag of fucking money handed to them, and they need to be taught to cut their inner circle out and not fall for every fucking scam. Get a trusted advisor. Don't be an idiot. Like, I understand the reason for that NFL symposium, but these guys are all not all of them, but the majority of them are country club assholes whose dad was an advisor or their uncle's an advisor, and they know where the money's coming from. They've already done the glad handing and bullshit. So I don't know. Whatever. The PGA, I fucking hate the PGA, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, long story short, because it's just a betting show, you're just betting against your book. I mean, unless there's a really good reason.
There's not. Yeah, go listen to Matt's show for the DFS stuff.
Yeah. That's where you want to use your Corn Ferry rookie guys, or the guys who are from the Euro Tour over to here. We don't know what they're getting into.
And look, we might sprinkle some top 20s on them, and maybe even some top 10s, depending on the event as the season goes on. We actually see what these guys are. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I mean. Like next week at the Amex, I'll probably start saying okay, I kind of got to feel what you're doing. But here, I have no idea. You look at Corn Ferry stats, and they're basically one step above what courses you and I play. And they're in the middle of every green. They got great birdie rates, got green regulation rate. Yeah, well, the average green regulation in the Corn Ferry Tour is 85%. It's just.
Dude, they had a Corn Ferry playoff event down the street from my house at the King of Bear.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's what's going to be most of my card. I don't have it finalized, at least positionals. I got ideas of what I'm going to go to. My outrights are pretty set. I think I got kind of boned on the outrights as far as tee time splits. We'll talk about that. Do you want to get right into 30 to 1-ish and under?
Yeah, let's pay one more bill, and then and then we'll jump into it. So, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner in the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. So download the DraftKings app now and use code SGP. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code SGP. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus, age varies in jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. bonus bets expire 160 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming sources. All right. Again, game time. So listen, we got to talk to you guys about going through the holidays, tickets, all that good stuff. I'm going to see Mark Normand on Saturday. Thankfully, I didn't need to use Game Time. I had a hookup for the tickets. But if I needed it, it'd be a great app for it because you can buy it with just the click of a button. And they guarantee you the best price because if you find the same seat in same row, they'll give you 110% value of the ticket. Plus, they got flash deals and last minute, right up to the last minute, plus images of seat views. So Game Time guarantee always means you'll get the best price. So it's the fastest growing ticket app in the country for a reason. So snag the tickets without the stress. Perfect for the playoffs. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CFBX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Okay. All right. So I got the DraftKings odds pulled up right here, and there's been a lot of movement throughout the week. It seemed like there was a lot of good value, I think, in like 40, 45, 50 to 1. And I think a lot of people took that strategy too, at least. Like, I looked at the DFS ownership just kind of see like where things are on. Like, everybody seems like they're just skipping like the top of the board. So I'm not surprised that the odds kind of shifted from like a lot that was like 40, 50 to 1 up to under 30, which there's now about a dozen. I think 31 or worse. It's like a dozen between 18 1 and 31. So it goes from Terrell Hatton, Fitzpatrick, and Ludwig. They're at the top of the board at 18 to 1. Then you got 20 to 1, Russell Henley, Brian Harmon. You got 22 to 1 now, Corey Conner, who started a week around 30 to 1. You said, actually, our producer said I think he's very chalk this week.
Yeah. I've seen him on every bet you got on Twitter, I think.
You know what I think is chalk now? The Chris Kirk back-to-back narrative. Even I know about it. Even I have heard it. If I have heard it and I'm not on social media, that means everybody is on that trend this week. You got Eric Cole, JT Poston, 25 and 28 to 1. And then Saeed Tagala off a really good performance in Century, and Ben Honest ditto. They're 30 to 1. So I guess let's start, I guess. First of all, like, you could have bet some of these guys, but they might have bet different odds. Like, did you bet anyone under 30 to 1 at least at the beginning of the week? Or?
Yeah, but my fucking local didn't open until Tuesday.
Okay.
Like, he's been better about that. It was kind of weird. I had access to Hard Rock, but the outright numbers usually like 2 to 4 points difference. So I use them for different shit. But so I bet Hatton at 18 to 1. Just coming off good performance, played so well last year and didn't cash in. He's one of my guys. I don't really need much reason other than that. I mean, like I said, this is more of a gut play week. Stick to the guys who I bet money on. 18 to 1 is a reasonable number to me in this field based on how odd boards have been going. Like I said, shook off the rust. I think his tournament history here is
he's never played here.
Oh, that's right. That's right. No, but whatever. Like I said, shook off the rust, and like I can't believe he didn't cash in at all last year. And especially if it's not going to be a 22 under, like I like him to start slow, like always. He's got a morning tea time, and hopefully put together one of those 62 or 61 Sundays and put the pressure on who's ever in front of him.
Okay. I mean, listen, like the case for Hatton, he's a great iron player. If it is going to be kind of crappier conditions, he might be able to handle that, pretty good on Bermuda, good birdie race, although that might not matter here. Yeah, it's a fine pick. I did not, at least at the beginning of the week, I don't have anyone actually on my card under 30 to 1, but some guys have definitely moved into the 31 range.
Yeah.
We'll just get this out of the way. I got good pricing on Eric Cole and JT Poston at the beginning of the week at 35 and 40 respectively, and I'm just so pot committed at this point that I just bet it.
Yeah.
And both of them fit what I'm looking for as far as they've been really good with their irons, good between 150 and 200, good on Bermuda surfaces, good at these types of shorter tracks too. And I just feel like at this point I've been betting them so much. I got a reasonable price, so I kept going. But the guy I actually want to talk about, and I think people are going to skip him over this week, is Tagala. Okay. And I think there's the notion of, and listen, I had egg on my face. Our producer Cam brought him up in last week's show, and I said, "Hey, bet him first round leader," but I don't think I like him for most of the tournament, and he almost won the damn thing.
Stole my fucking first round leader 90 to 1.
Right.
Shit.
I know. Well, that's what I deserve. I say it. And
I didn't deserve it.
All right, well, then you can blame me. You want to invoice me at that point?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, here's the thing about Tagala. And the case last week was really so erratic off the tee. It's wide fairways, doesn't matter. Well, let me tell you some courses he's been really good at that Tagala courses that you think of. All right. TPC River Highlands. Would you think of that as a Tagala course?
I wouldn't, no.
Finished T2 there a couple of years ago. Harbor Town.
Yeah, anything TPC, I would not think it would be his course.
Harbor Town. Is that a Tagala golf course?
No, it doesn't
T5 there last year. Sea Island. Is that a Tagala golf course?
Yeah, I think we talked about this towards the tail end of last year. Like, it's like one of those things. Who's the other guy that we always think is we used to make the joke with Gary Woodland, long, short course, whatever. Like, he fits it. Funny it's enough, long. Play Gary Woodland, short. We can play Gary Woodland. But
funny enough, Cam Young is kind of like that too. Like, he's got
that's what I was about to say. Cam Young, right? Bomber, but does well on the shorter courses like Harbortown and where the fuck did was it Harbortown his first round leader and was at the tail end right after the Masters?
Yeah, there's one other one that he was pretty good at too. But TPC Southland, one of the most penal golf courses feature where you can't spray pair of T13s against a really strong field.
Yeah.
So he opened at 45-1.
That's good number.
And I'm just gonna bet the talent at that point. He might just be just an elite golfer. And he won the Haskins Award at Pepperdine. Yep. So best player, college player, immense talent.
Well,
maybe he just can do it anywhere. Right? This is kind of similar to what Joaquin Niemann, I think, did a couple of years ago, where he finished he lost in the playoff, and then he came back at Sony where it was like, oh, this isn't really a Joaquin Niemann golf course, and he finished, I think, T3 that week.
Yeah.
So 45-1, I'll just bet on the kid's talent.
If I had a 45-1 on Sahith, I would have bet it. Same thing with I'm going to be mad because this will be the week fucking Cole wins because I've been betting him for fucking 8 months, and it's just unbettable for me where I can get him at 25. Like, I'm not betting Eric Cole at 25-1. I'm just not doing it. So I bet him at 30 or 35.
Yeah, he was at 35 for me. Poston was at 40. So I'm like, you know what? I'm basically, there was a lot of good value at the beginning of the week of that race. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go shopping right now.
Yeah,
I'll pick a little bit of this, pick a little this, pick up some asparagus too, and I'll pick up a little Sahith right here, and then we'll go. So all right, so moving past, let's go past 30 to, let's call it 60 to Akshay.
Okay,
that's like a nice tier there.
Mush, what's up, baby?
So there's some ugly ducklings in here that I want to ask you about.
All right, come on.
All right, Justin Rose. Popular outright pick apparently this week.
Yeah, because he was on fire on fucking Sunday. He shot like 8 birdies or something stupid, 7 birdies.
Yeah, so is that really the only reason? Is it the course history too?
Probably. Yeah,
I have a golf reason.
That's fine. I bet him first round leader. I bet 3 guys who had good Sundays for first round leader.
Okay,
I'm gonna try this theory out.
All right, so Justin Rose, still a really good iron player, still really good from 150 to 200. It's just really off the tee. He hasn't been very good, especially with the driver, but that is a club you can put in the bag a little bit here. Now, I don't know if that with the wind, that might not be the case, but good course record here. Good course record at some of these other.
When was the last time he played here?
I think it's like 3 years ago.
Nah, I don't got nothing on him.
You got nothing on him?
I got nothing in the past 5 years, 4 years, 5 years.
Why don't I say? I know he finished, I think, in the top 10 in 2019.
I got nothing on him 2019.
All right, 2017 finished second. Okay. All right, so first time back. Good vibes, right?
Good vibes.
If I'm really valuing iron play, especially the first couple of days, because it's going to be so windy, and that was valued a lot in 2000. I mean, I think Justin Rose fits right up his alley there. Don't have to make a ton of birdies. Maybe it's a similar winning score last year's like 18 under. So I got a top 30 on him at plus 125.
Okay.
I took that. All right. How about another ugly thing? Cam Davis destroyed everybody last week. Chalk darling.
Yeah.
I saw him as a sleeper pick everywhere.
I mean, I did the same shit last year with him. I'm just not doing it again. Like, it's not. I put money on him like the first fucking 5 or 6 tournaments of the year, and he was fucking abysmal. Came back played really well once and said he was healthy, and then proceeded to miss like another 5 fucking cuts. So he's just not. I just can't. I'm just not him. Nope,
okay.
Sorry.
I mean, he's been decent here, and where Cam Davis has been pretty good in the PGA Tour. It's been a lot of these shorter courses, actually.
Yeah.
It's been your Harbortown. It's been Southwinds. That's another guy like Bomber, but it's actually pretty well. He hits his short irons and mid irons pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a 50-1 on him at the beginning of the week, and I just went with the flop lag. And
yeah, that's fine.
Maybe that's just my ego getting in the way, saying like I got Cam Davis and everybody was on him last week.
Closing CLV, man, put it on the fridge.
Right, but if the iron play's still pretty good, he actually did very well in that 2020 tournament when it was really windy. Maybe that's a good match for him. So Cam Davis also my card at 50-1. He's down to 40-1. You can probably find him around that range. I don't think he's very popular this week because he burned everybody last week. Hideki.
Yeah.
Is he cooked?
No, I got him on my CAD.
He's on your card. Yeah. Awesome. All right, make the case.
So obviously we talked about my shadow bet on Decky and Henley's horrific meltdown and me maybe mushing your guy to willing my guy to victory and putting together one of the most beautiful golf shots I've ever seen.
I'm giving you a verbal warning right now. You got to watch yourself, okay?
Watch yourself. Look, I mean, so it kind of goes to what I was looking for earlier. Like, so I think if anything, like we talked about last year, is maybe just a little bit off the tee. He's lost some pop off of that. We just want him to kind of stay healthy, right? Like his irons looked a little loose last week, but look, he was knocking the rust off. I mean, he obviously has a good history here. Not last year, but I feel like he was injured going into this last year. He won it 2 years ago, 2 top 20s prior to that. The guy is a fucking major champion. Like, I don't know, man, fucking 50-1 for him. Like, I was perfectly fine with that. Yeah, and he's got a morning tee time as well. So I like that. And I just think it's one of those ones where I saw the number and I was like, nah, that's not right. Like, click it.
Okay. I think Hideki is a good pivot off of Justin Rose this week, who's very popular because they're both basically in the same boat. Like, are they washed?
Right.
Is Hideki injured? They both played like crap last week. Both are really good iron players. Both are really terrible drivers at this point.
Yeah.
So I've been on the boat of Hideki might be not cooked, but going through something.
Yeah.
So I'll let you have the fun on him.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, whatever.
And if he gets out to a really hot lead, I'm going to do exactly what you did to me in 2020. I should have bet him. Cash that ticket. All right. Will Zalatoris, 50-1.
Nope.
Not even going to tempt you.
Nope. So he shot like 90 on one day, like fucking. Then he shot like a 70, and then another 80. Like, no, I'm good. Like, he's not healthy yet. Like, he needs way more rust, way more rust off of him.
How do you know he's not? How do you know he's not healthy?
What else would fucking get those scores?
Okay, it was a vacation for him.
Oh no,
meaningless exhibition.
I'm good. You can have you and the Will Z bots can have at it. I'm good.
I'm not saying I bet him. I'm just saying.
I know.
I like. There's a lot of speculation based on an exhibition event about what.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, and I'm fine with that. But like, I'm sick of betting on golfers coming back from injury, thinking like, oh, they'll be all right. They're not gonna be all right. Think about how like even like a tweak on your back fucks with your swing for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like this guy had massive surgery.
I shanked him for 2 straight months.
Exactly.
All right. Your boy Keegan.
Yeah.
Down 50-1.
I like it.
Didn't play all that great last week. Hit his irons good.
Nope. Check the rust off though. Yeah. And he does. So here's the deal. So I bet him as well. Shocking, I know. But he lost like almost 8 strokes putting, and he doesn't do that anymore. You can't, like, he does not do that anymore. That was an old time Keegan performance. Like, holy shit. Like that's, you don't expect to see that from Keegan anymore. And short irons, long irons. I love him here. At 50-1. I don't know. Like it's Keegan, so I'm going to bet him. But I mean, look, he's got a choppy history here. It's like top 15 cut. So it's like goes back and forth. It's the Keegan experience, man. But like I said, shook off the rust. He's still got a chip on his shoulder. You still hear him in the interviews and things like that. I think he wants to come out and win some more. So yeah, I like him at 50-1. Actually, I got him at 55.
Okay. He owned it 75-1 on my book.
Yeah.
And I that was the first bet I made all week.
I love it.
That is a disrespectful number.
Agreed.
I don't really care what. I didn't even crunch stats. I didn't even do any of that stuff. I just said that's just is wrong. And as a weak field, listen, if Hideki Matsuyama can lead the field in putting on Bermuda, then Keegan Bradley can win the Sony Open. Anything is possible. He already won. Let's just say this is when I bet this, I was assuming it's going to be 23 under is when he scored.
Yeah.
Well, he won Travelers last year, 23 under. Now we're going to get windier conditions where ball striking is going to matter a little more. That 2020 Sony Open, he actually finished T12 that year.
Yeah.
Actually, no, T9, I think. No, maybe that was Cam Davis.
Sweet.
He had a good finish.
It was 12. Yeah, it was a good finish.
He had a good finish. So, listen, ball striking, consistency, hit it straight. I like him this week. I thought that was a good number, 75-1. I don't care that he didn't have form coming in. I care about the fact he got some reps in last week.
Yep, absolutely. Love it.
All right. So the last guy I have, he was 70-1 on my card. He's 41 on DraftKings. I don't really like that price, but I got him at 71. I bet Adam Svensson at 70-1.
I can see it.
Mostly just because he hit his irons really good last week. Didn't putt very well, but good on Bermuda. Won Sea Island. He's pretty good. He has a good performance here too. Like these are the types of courses that Adam Svensson generally does pretty well in. So I just like the price, and I bet that.
I like it. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I feel like you need to get better than betting Chalky Connors. What can go wrong with everybody betting fucking Corey Connors? I know he's got a good course history here, but I can't believe people are betting him at 22-1 when he only wins the Valero. That's the only thing he wins.
Well, and apparently per Data Golf, that's one of the strongest correlated golf courses to TPC San Antonio. So it's probably because of all Corey Connors.
Exactly.
But if ball striking is going to be elevated with the win this week, like that,
and he pucks well here. Supposedly, we'll see. I don't know. I can never get on board chalk Corey Connors. I just can't do it.
All right, so
he's on my card, but he ain't for fucking win.
What is he on your card for?
I won't get to that once we're done with the outrights because I can do ad read, and then we'll go through the rest of the card.
Okay. All right. We'll take another break. I'm done with outrights. We'll probably go to positionals then, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I'm done too. Oh, actually, what do you think about me just throwing Siwoo on just to make it all my guys?
Wait, you broke up there. What was that?
I said, what do you think about me just adding Siwoo just to make it betting all my guys? I get him at 40 still.
Sure. Listen, you know what? I mean, everybody's like, oh, Chris Kirk back-to-back. What if it's actually Siwoo back-to-back on the event?
That's right. I love it.
There you go.
Although his game seems to have lost him. Like, I don't know if it's like his wife's like whooping his ass, like home rounds or what. I feel like his confidence is shattered.
This is what he does. He peaks and valleys with Siwoo.
I know. But it was just kind of last year. There was no real peaks. It was just kind of like, I don't know, mid mountain ranges and valleys. Like you didn't get high on Siwoo.
So it was like a good mesa, basically, like a plateau.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Like it. Yeah,
okay.
like it.
All right.
Anyway, all right. Listen, Cut is peer-to-peer social betting platform that's U.S.-based and legal in 40 states. P2P social betting is new and a better way to bet directly against your friends or other users on sports, politics, pop culture, or other events with verifiable outcomes, plus tons of fun and social features that give it the feeling of betting a social network. Cut offers lower VIG and fully customizable tools to create your own bet. Cut handles all the payment side of things, so you never have to chase down anybody for your money. So that's a good thing. Social features equal group chats, betting leaderboards, head-to-head history, user profiles, fan groups, and more. Plus, you get rewards. You get cash back every single time you bet against your friends or other users. So download Cut today in the App Store. That's KUTT, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. That's KUTT, promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. And last but not least, Underdog Fantasy. Still got all the ways to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. So watch along, make your picks, and maybe make a little cash over on Underdog mobile app or website, underdogfantasy.com. When you sign up with code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to Corey Connors. So what did you bet him as?
I bet him top 20 at a buck 45 plus 145.
All right. I also have his top 20 plus 160, but same page.
Yeah, same page.
Okay.
Like his course history is great here. He was knocking the shit out of the ball last week. Like I won't go full like run away from it, but yeah, like I'm not betting him outright, but I think a top 20 is more than acceptable in this.
Yeah, I agree. Considering the field, his course history, the fact that I'm going to elevate ball striking a little more this week. Yeah, give me a top 20 there. So I mean, some others I'm considering. I mean, like the Eric Cole top 20 against like plus 175. I like just the fact, the mid iron games are really good. Good on Bermuda. A lot of good finishes. At some point, it's going to come to an end.
Yeah,
but as long as
we keep saying that, man, but he's been He's been plugging along.
I mean, he's great in these types of shortish Bermuda tracks. So there's that.
Yep.
Ben on top 20.
Okay.
I overrated his ball striking because of what he used to be.
Yeah.
He's kind of more like Minwoo Lee now, with it's all off the tee. The iron play's kind of meh.
Yeah.
But really good around the green, really good putter. And if this is going to be really windy the first couple of days, having a good short game is probably okay. He's not the worst guy from between 150 and 200. So, that's a guy in our bet I consider for a top 20. Maybe go a little deeper. Alex Noren, maybe for like a top 30 or 40. Just again, good scrambler, good Bermuda putter. He's been okay here. He's been good on some of these shortest tracks too. Played good in the fall as well. Stinks. So he stinks, but fine was for a positional. His mid iron game is actually okay.
Yeah.
So if it's gonna be pretty windy, Alex Noren getting up and down, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
My biggest bet of the week though. Plus 100, old reliable, Matt Kuchar, top 40.
It's top 40. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I was like, that's a terrible price.
Just get football bet. That was what I did with Sung Jae in last week. Bet, football bet for top 20. Let's do a couple football bets on Kuchar top 40 plus 100. Obviously still showed it with a good finish in Mexico. His course history here is just great.
Yeah, it's impeccable.
Yeah. So watch this be the year he missed the cut. But I'll take a very wide net and a very weak field with a lot of trash down the card here. And of course he's very comfortable at. So we'll go Kuchar's top 40. And then some other guys I'm considering. Nick Taylor top 40.
Come on, let's go. So I got Kuchar at plus 225 for a top 20, and I got Taylor at 3-1 for a top 20. I think Taylor's a really good fit here. Loves really good course history. Played really strong coming down at the end of the fall. At 3-1 for a top 20. I like that a lot.
Okay, if you're going top 20, then you know what? I'll join you for the top 40.
Let's go.
Okay, there you go. How about Ben Griffin? I can get a decent top 40 on him. Probably his top 20 price can be probably close to 4-1.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, he's been pretty good at some of these shorter tracks. Had a good fall. I think he finished okay here last year.
Yeah, fucking T12 last year.
Yeah. So I think he's a solid player in a lot of unknowns. So I think that's decent. Who else we got down here? Michael Kim's in our guy highlighted, really deeper down the card. Yeah. At this point, it's like, how cute
do you want to
be?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for him, it would be a top 40 and plus 230. Let's see, Grayson Sigg, the guy who apparently is the best golfer in the world according to your buddy there.
That's right.
He's been okay at these types of tracks, and he's a decent iron player, really good scrambler too. That's somebody I might consider for a top 40. Vince Whaley played really good in the fall, but didn't get his card.
Damn, I forgot about that dude. Yeah.
I know. He played good in the fall, did not get his card, though, so he's on life support. You'll appreciate this. So I end up moving all the trash on my spreadsheet that essentially has conditional status or just injury status or nothing. And they're now just called the Walking Dead. That is where they are at the bottom of my sheet. And number 2 on that list this week is Vince Whaley as the Walking Dead.
All right.
But I don't mind that for me a positional. Otherwise, though, kind of like I mentioned, I'm not going to try and get too cute with this betting card this week. It's going to look a little chalky, but I don't really. This isn't DFS. I'm not competing against a billion people. I'm competing against the sports book. Yeah, I don't have to. I can pick and choose who I bet.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be a little less risky this week. Maybe the Amex next week where just nothing matters. It's a birdie fest. Maybe I'll get a little wild, but not this week.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. It's only on the positional that I have. So I got Taylor, Cooch, and Connor's top 20. I got Kirk top 22 just because I'm not buying into the back-to-back, but he does really have good course history here. And it seemed like when he got in the groove last year, he kind of stayed in it for at least 2 or 3 tournaments. So top 20 plus 140, whatever, I'll take that. And then I'm assuming you have no matchups.
No, you can rail through them, but then I want to do something that you're going to enjoy.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so my matchups are super easy. It's just Hatton over Henley at plus money. Yeah, I feel like this is a scene of the crime. This is a place where Henley can't feel good. No lead is safe with that guy, and Hatton's a Sunday chaser, so I like that. And then we already talked about Nick Taylor more than I thought we would, but I took him over Jaeger because Jaeger stinks. Like, I don't know why people think he's good. He stinks. He's not good.
Because he chronically finishes like, so he's like Christian Bezuidenhout. Like he has a really high floor, which is like his floor is like T52 or something. Like he's making cuts, he's relevant, but like his ceiling is like
T30.
Yeah. Like I even considered betting, all right, what's like Steven Yeager's T30 price this week? And it's like there's so many T32s or dead heated T26. It's like why am I bothering?
Yeah, why am I doing this? Yeah.
No. So he's off my card.
Yep. So minus 110. Those are my only two matchups right now. And then first round leaders.
Hold on. Okay. That's what I want to do with you.
Oh, all right, let's go.
Because I now have all this data.
Okay.
Not only, and maybe you missed this, not only did I figure out over the last 2 years who's been within 2 of the first round lead.
Yeah. I
also went back and looked who's been in the top 10 after the first round, because you can bet those.
Yeah.
I had good success last year.
You said that.
And
now, I don't have access to the fucking top 10.
Okay. Well, I do. And we're on the fly. I want to create my first round leader card. Now, we're saying that in the morning, that's going to be better, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I see teeing off first tee time. We got Denny McCarthy, who actually leads this field in number of top 10s after the first round.
All right. I can see that.
Okay. You got Alex Noren, who also got off to a hot start, who I like this week. I think Alex Noren's going to be on the first round leader card.
All right.
So let's put him down. All right. So going down this list as well, Aaron Rye. Let's talk about him.
Yeah. Especially if it's going to be windy and shit. He actually might be somebody I want to put a placement on.
So he is also so his course history, I don't think he has a great course history here, but he's tied for the lead in most top 10s after the first round in this field with 11.
Okay.
With Danny McCarthy. I think that's also going to be because there are so many times that Aaron Rye has gotten off to good starts, and we're just like, where the hell is this coming from? I was looking earlier, first round leader is like 75-1 on him. So I think that's definitely
I like that.
Let's get some decent guys though on my card, not just a couple losers like them. Let's see. We have who's in like the feature groups. Definitely not Hatton. He's not getting off to a fast start.
Always slow start. Never first round leader.
No. What about Brian Harmon? So Harmon's been, he has pretty high rates of getting off to fast starts.
He played good this weekend too.
Yeah. Fitzpatrick has a lot of top 10s into the first round too. Justin Rose will probably leave off. Let's see. Who else is like high rate? Really high rate. JJ Spawn always seems like he's in the mix after round 1.
Yeah.
That could be a guy I go with. We could go with Adam Svensson. I think he's definitely going to be somebody I'm going to bet for either first round leader or in the top 10 to round 1. How about like way down the card here? So let's get like a bomb. How about KH Lee? Gets out the hot. He gets out the hot starts. His odds have cratered.
Yeah, because he stinks.
maybe I can get like top 20 after the first round. For like 2-1. That'd be nice.
Yeah,
let's see. Yeah, I think that's where I'm going to go with that. Definitely Noren and Aaron Rye are going to be a first round leader card. Brian Harmon too. Maybe I'll just throw in Fitz as well. But I'm definitely just going to load up with the guys in the morning and see what happens.
All right. I like it. Okay. Yeah, I'll do a little digging tomorrow and figure it for a second.
Okay. All right. Well, I got nothing else. You got anything else?
No, that's it, man. I'm ready for actually cash first round leader this week.
Let's do it.
My throat. I was so mad. Fucking Viegas at fucking 90-1. So annoyed. And I told you what number he hit too, because he had that 2-shot swing on the fucking where did he hit that goddamn shot to the left?
It's 14, where that's all his gravestone is next to Hovland's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's not going to look great in the for the narrative. He's really fixed his around the green game.
No, definitely not. We do it. What day we doing a playoff show this week? Well,
we're doing Thursday.
All right, for Thursday. So
yeah, why not?
Tuesday.
So, today is Tuesday. We could do it Friday if you want.
No, Thursday's good. Thursday's good. Yeah, so we'll come back, give some playoff picks, and other than that, let's fucking go. Later.